So we're going to do the movement now, and then we'll give you maybe a little bit more details. So we go again, the 4 releases, side to side, forward and back. Starting in expansion, because remember then the last bow and arrow actually ended up here, and then we go 1 and 2, and now we go, actually no, it started on this side. Finish from there, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1, extend 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, expansion 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, extension 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and now we go to the 4 release, all the way through the spiral of the spine, right there, and now the swinging spirals, bringing to the moon, and now I'm opening my arms, and the planes of the arms release the spine all the way around to the extension, returning to infinity, returning to expansion, and the descending springs take place. Wonderful. As you can see in this movement, in this whole movement, we are exploring the three-dimensional extension of these 4 different directions within the spine, the right and the left, the forward and the back. And as you're moving through this, from the side plane into the release of the spine, each vertebra is starting in the lower lumbar vertebra, getting to the atlas. Each vertebra is moving forward, side and forward in the same degree. So each vertebra becomes loosened, not only loosened within the formation of the whole spine, but each vertebra becomes its own center of gravity through the motion. And that is what allows the spine to be able to become three-dimensional free, because each vertebra becomes, as I said, individually supported, free, and also maintaining the whole body or supporting the whole body and the movement itself. So I'm going to do the motion again, and we go from there. Wonderful. I'm going to, yes. I'm going to do it diagonal, I think, a little bit, because it will help you to see when I go back. Okay? So here we go. 5. We're going to go to moon. To the suspended diamond. Yes, the suspended diamond in order to start. 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, expansion 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, extension 2, swinging 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, moon. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd like to clarify that when we start the spirals going to the side plane, that the arm that start initiating the direction that you go in, it goes to heaven. So it's important that if we start an expansion and it was going to move to the left side, for example, the arm arrives to heaven, from expansion, heaven and earth before the spiral begins to merge within the symmetry. So there are 2 different spirals. First, the arm goes to heaven to arrive to the side plane, the farthest point to the side plane, and then from then both spirals of the arms, they are not necessarily converging within the spine, but they are facilitating the movement of each vertebra arriving to symmetry right there. So if you remember that first the arm, the largest extension of the arm goes to heaven, so you avoid to thinking that you're going to go behind the neck, because if you go there, then again you're going back into the surface of the spine and you're missing the whole spiral. and the full spring nature of the vertebrae. So the angles that you encounter in the side plane are really actually like a spring. Your spine becomes like a spring inside of all the curves. So you are extending through the center of the spring, not through the edge of the form of the spine. That's what you are erasing through the practice. You're erasing the edge of the form and you're passing through the center of the form. And when you do that, you are extending ligaments, muscles, fascia, organs. Everything is moving from inside out, from the center of yourself, and not from the surface of you. In the beginning, when you start practicing, you are going to interpret it as the surface, very possibly, because you're learning to begin to feel and to perceive the skeleton. But then after, you'll begin to notice the angle is actually the internal sensation of your own spine extending inside of its form. Yeah, very, very, very important. And I think you're understanding that you are extending inside of the spiral instead of extending at the edge of the form of the skeleton. Yeah, at the edge of the form of the skeleton, it will look like this. You see, just like that, and it will look like like that, and it will be everything will be like really going to the edge through you. And this is what happens to us, and many of us, when we exercise, we grab the sensation thinking, okay, if I grab it and I push it, I'm really doing a good job. But in reality, what I'm doing sometimes is that I'm closing everything in the name of opening it. So in here, it's a little bit different because we are not closing anything. We are constantly opening everything because we are already closed in the sense that we are already at the effect of gravity. So gravity is a given. It's always impelling me toward the center of my being, to the center of the ground. So that force is already a given. So now I'm finding the outer force that allows me to pass through that force. So gravity helps me instead of pushing me down. Yeah? Wonderful. So I'm going to do the motion now, the 4 directions, again, from the last bow and arrow. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yay! And now the spiral or the side plane, extending through the symmetry. This is 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Heaven and earth. The 2 spirals merging as the vertebra release through the descending spring. Extension, moving through. And now I'm extending as I bending into the descending spring. And the descending spring helped me to extend through the spine. Right. And now, swinging into the moon. And now, the descending spring helped me a little bit to go around. So I'm not pushing down to the vertebrae. I'm extending it through it. Right there. And then I'm coming back to infinity. Infinity becomes expansion. And that's the descending spring that takes me into one leg. Okay? So now I would like to do this whole movement, which is the bow and arrow, and there's 4 releases of the spine. And this whole movement is called the 3-dimensional release of the whole spinal column. Okay? So we'll start and moon, because that's where the bow and arrow start. 5, 6, 7. I think I'm going to go a little bit back so you have more space. 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, spiral 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, moon. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Descending spring.